This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Real news, it's not fake news.
Answer along the line.
Am I allowed to say that? Oh, I'm not political. Anyway, guys. So yeah, we're ready. 1 second.
The left are liars. Stop the fucking bullshit.
Bye. Go home to mommy.
An army or a group. It only takes one person to fight for freedom.
Savage on the suit.
Welcome to the Savage Army. This is the show, guys. Thanks for plugging in. Thanks for stopping by. We have a lot to talk about on today's episode, guys. I want to get into the latest coming out of YouTuber and boxer Jake Paul, where he is actually saying that America is failing. Also want to get into what's going on with the Biden impeachment, the 2024 race, so much more, guys. So much on today's show. But before we get into that, guys, you know I have to do it. You know I have to get into it with sponsors, guys, okay? Without sponsors, guys, the show doesn't get carried on, okay? So you know I have to bring that up as needed as possible. I want to thank my good friends over at Blackout Coffee. Yeah, Shaky. I almost forgot the pitch there for a minute. But, yeah, Blackout Coffee, guys. I want to thank you very much. Hat tip to this amazing coffee company. If you guys are looking for something different, if you guys are looking for a generic brand, organic in their own aspect, you're looking for the freshest grinds, look no further, guys, to Blackout Coffee. That's right, guys. If you hit this QR code with your phone, scan it. iPhones, they work on Androids as well. Scan this QR code, guys, in the screen here, whether you're viewing us on Rumble, YouTube, anywhere you see a video podcast, guys. Scan it. Use the code MitchG20, guys. You're going to get exclusive savings from us here, from Savage Unfiltered. You can't beat it, guys. It's a tremendous, tremendous cup of coffee. I have it all the time. What I can tell you about Blackout Coffee, okay, they've been around for quite some time. It started out with a guy with a dream. He had a dream of seeing coffee presented in the same way that he would see it visiting Cuba and other parts of South America. And he says, you know what? The time has come to deliver Americans with great tasting coffee. Okay? Because, trust me, guys, I can't stand some of our top-selling brands, such as Folgers, Maxwell House. I loved them as a kid, but as I'm getting older, you know, it just doesn't do it for me. It really doesn't. Doesn't do it for me. With Blackout Coffee, guys, they have such a wide variety of different blends, okay? They have their Brutal Awakening coffee, which has awesome reviews, guys, backed by hundreds of thousands of Americans that choose this coffee already. Check out their Morning Reaper blend, which is their medium roast, okay? They also have my favorite, their 2A. So much, guys, so much. And they also have a special promotion going on where they are sending a lot of their coffee to troops out there that are fighting for our freedom. So check out Blackout Coffee. I can't say it more than enough. Scan the QR code. It is literally America's warriors of coffee. Duty, family, value, and rights. That's what they stand by, and that's why I love Blackout Coffee. Amazing, amazing stuff. Guys, back to the show. Yeah, Yeah, shaky. That was like the longest plug I've ever done for a sponsor. I mean, seriously, the longest plug. But yeah, guys, I want to start out with this story coming out of YouTube's Jake Paul, right? America's sweetheart. He's no stranger. He's been on the world stage on many, many venues, such as World Wrestling Entertainment this past year with WrestleMania, and competing against the Miz and several other competitors, just to say the least. But he came out with this statement just earlier with, "We need someone great," Jake Paul says. America is failing. And he is urging his fans to vote in 2024. Now, I wanna say, is he doing this for publicity? Is he doing this to reach out to his fans? Is he doing this because he truly loves America? Like, what's the deal behind Jake Paul? Well, the YouTube sensation and boxer says that America's failing, and I totally agree with him. I really do. And he's urging his nearly 25 million Instagram followers, which, I mean, he has a lot, guys. I had to go over to Instagram myself, okay, and check out and see if the fan base was that high, which it is, folks. It's nearly pushing about 25 million, okay, which I think is impressive. I really do. And he's telling his fans to get out and vote next year. He also claims, get this, guys, he is in a meeting with the presidential candidates to gauge who will be someone great to vote for. So he more or less is, he's urging it. He's urging it to make it happen.
Try to showcase, it looks like 3 presidential candidates: Vivek, RFK Jr., and he's going to try to get Trump on, folks. That's what it looks like. He's going to try to get Trump on his channel. He says he knows somebody, and we're going to see if this can happen. But he just come right out and said, we need someone great. America is failing. This is Breitbart. YouTube sensation and boxer Jake Paul says that America is failing and is urging his nearly 25 million Instagram followers. Holy crap.
Savage.
But Paul, like he said, he took to his Instagram, mainly in his stories there on that section of Instagram, to tell his fans that the country needs a change of direction. And I totally agree. I really do, because the person that we have in charge right now is absolutely doing nada, zip. It's a terrible direction of where our country's going. The highest inflation, historic highs, historic unemployment rates. I mean, just the other day, get this, guys, kind of changing gears here a little bit. We'll go back to Jake Paul in just a little bit. But, I found it fascinating that, now you have President Biden going to his social media accounts, his aides, putting out the posts, the tweets, all these clips about how Joe Biden is creating great economy highs for our country. Really? Where are the fuck are these economy highs? Because I'm not seeing a damn thing about it. I'm not. Biden took the other day with how he is the only president in American history that has our economy at historic highs, where he's shown in his first 3 years of office that he has created nearly 395,000 new jobs. Oh, excuse me. Correct me. Thank you, Shaky. Scream in the ear next time. So I get the fucking correct information because I want to give correct information. I don't want to give fake news. But from the first quarter of 2021 to the first quarter of 2023, supposedly, the most recent period for which data was available, the economic growth under Biden was averaged to be 3.1% per quarter. I don't believe that for a fucking fact. I'll believe a fucking homeless man off the streets telling me about stupid rhetoric more than our president in office. Seriously, folks, 3.1% per quarter? Like, how is that believable? How is that believable? We just came over a pandemic, earlier this year? Everything was kind of going into normalization. And he was like, I'm creating jobs. No, you Nimrod. You're bringing people back to the original job that they had. You're bringing them back to the original job that you had. You're not bringing jobs into this country. You're not creating new jobs. This guy sounds like a fucking jackass. Seriously, this is our president? Unreal. 3.1%. Can you believe that, folks? I mean, I get listeners that tune into this show all over the world. I get listeners from UK. I get listeners from, obviously, the United States, our northern friend Canada, Mexico, all over. All over. The show's constantly growing on Spotify and iHeart. And it's not believable that you have an 80-year-old man as our president stating these facts. Shaky, producer Shaky, where was this shit at? Because I'd love to look this up. Barron's.com. Okay. So we'll put in the show notes, guys, for you. If you head over to barrons.com /articles/Trump versus Biden economy, you can just Google that, guys, or DuckDuckGo that, or however you use your search bar. We use DuckDuckGo on the show. We don't use Google. I don't like the shadow banning. I don't like the tracking. I don't like pop-up ads. I'm not a big fan of pop-up ads. I think they're horrible. I think they're just terrible. But if you go over to barrons.com, which I seen a little bit of it, okay, and to check out the entire article, I'm not going to lie, guys. This website is like one of those like subscription type websites where they want you to pay for their services each week in order to see a lot of their articles. I mean, the whole fucking thing pops right up. Subscribe today and build your wealth with Barron's. Subscribe to Barron's today for 50 cents per week. 50 cents. Oh, okay. I mean, some people can afford 50 cents. You'd be surprised. A lot of people can't afford 50 cents. They really can't. But, yeah, according to the comparison chart on Barron's.com, they show a 3.1% per quarter that's averaged under the Biden administration. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. I really can't.
Hey guys, pick up the Savage Army shop at savagearmy.com, where you can get your awake, not woke. There's a double entendre, all great stuff here on savagearmy.com. Also, pick up Don't Listen to That Bullshit, guys. You gotta pick it up more than ever. The MAGAware, just coming here on savagearmy.com. Get it today, guys, where you can create a difference.
It is a myth that terrorism stopped during COVID. Unfortunately, mainstream media opted to prioritize pandemic hysteria over promoting all news. Terrorism continues. Simply hoping that it doesn't affect you is not a strategy. The new book, Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you, featured on The Author Show, is now available in paperback from bookstores, online, or as an ebook exclusively through Amazon Kindle. Terror Strikes, coming soon to a city near you by Joseph M. Leonard. Order today.
Savaged, unfiltered.
Oh boy. So, I mean, I wanna somewhat applaud Mr. Jake Paul for bringing this into presence. With his fan base and on a political stand. I knew, and it's not going to catch me, differently here, guys. I knew Jake Paul was somewhat political, but I didn't know that he was like really, really political, if that makes sense. I knew he was like, a political guy, and he was like, America's, sweetheart, or however you want to talk, kind of bring it into play. But I'm surprised that he delivered that even to his huge fan base. I mean, because the guy has a fucking huge, huge fan base. Huge fan base. But we'll like Jen Psaki, Peppermint Patty would say, we'll circle back to Jake Paul here in a minute. But now here's an interesting fact. Okay, we just got done talking about the stupid nonsense, which I don't believe for one fucking second, within those couple of years of 2021 through 2023, that the economic growth has grown tremendously under this Biden administration. I don't believe it. You know why? Because it is not factual. There is no way that this is the only president in our American history of politics that was able to get it done. You know why I don't believe it? Because it's presented right to you. Literally, it's presented right to you. The annual inflation. Let's look at the annual inflation, guys. The annual inflation has risen anywhere between 15 to 20% in the last 2 years. You don't believe me? Take a gander for yourself. It's right there. Now, of course, you're going to go to it's like NBC, and they're just going to show you like this is the greatest president on the face of the planet. Donald Trump, Barack Obama, George W., Bill Clinton, Reagan, Carter, Nixon. They're nowhere near compared to the great leadership under Joe Biden.
Liar!
Yeah, fucking right. Because according to CNN, get this garbage. The annual inflation has fallen by around 2/3 since last summer. Are you kidding me? Seriously, it's fallen? Biden himself in a statement calling to the mind, his mindset, right? The soaring inflation rates this time last year that forced the Federal Reserve to accelerate interest rate hikes in an effort to cool down prices. He said that. Does anybody not remember that? I remember it. Check it out, guys. They're facts. You don't believe me? So, I mean, really, is Biden's economy booming? I mean, you can believe it if you want to. Well, according to the GDP, it's saying that it grew by more than half a percentage point faster than Bloomberg anticipated to be. The rise was attributed to a boost in consumer spending, which rose at 1.6% rate. And then it jumped in a business investment, which then surged 7.7% this past quarter, which was last month in August, depending on how you view this episode. So, I don't know, guys. I want to get into the economics between, between the Bidenomics and the Reaganomics, because there's a difference between both of them. If anybody remembers Ronald Reagan from the 1980s, huge difference. We'll get into that in a little bit here. But let's circle back, change the gears here a little bit. Go back to Jake Paul. Now, Jake Paul also had told his fans that he has met with the GOP candidate Razamori. I fucking never get his name right, Shaky. I can never get his name right. I fucking butchered the name, and I didn't even do it on purpose. I like, who can say those names? Thank you, by the way, for the fucking water. Fucking sneaking in like a fucking vulture. But I mean, what kind of water is this? Wesley Farms. You gave me the cheap shit? The fuck. Anyway. But Jake Paul said he met with the GOP candidate, which he was seen in a video with Paul. And he's looking to meet with a Democratic candidate, Robert Kennedy Jr. Why does this guy just want to meet like fucking political like figureheads for? I don't understand that. Does he want to run for fucking president? Could we see Jake Paul possibly being in politics in the next couple of years? Is that his next like venue in life? You know? I mean, his brother has done work with WWE. Jake has, he's made some cameo appearances, but I mean, is that his next venue? Is that his next journey of life? Possibly as a politician? Well, if the ditzy fucking bartender from Queens, AOC, could do it, Jake can do it right? I mean, But he wants to meet with Kennedy Jr. He already added that he knows people in the Trump campaign personally, and he hinted he'll try to meet with Trump as well. Oh, okay. I mean, the guy gets around. He gets around. I mean, he was seen with Aaron Rodgers, now of the New York Jets. Well, he's not going to be with the Jets this year. We all know that fucking Rodgers took a fucking huge sports injury just the other day, and he's out for the fucking season. But he met with Aaron Rodgers before the game there against the Buffalo Bills at MetLife Stadium just this past week up in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This guy's like, he's always around. Well, I mean, when you have a fucking private jet, you can go anywhere, right? But good for fucking Jake Paul, right? He wants to meet, presidential candidates, sports figures. He's in the limelight, so good for him. Good for him. Paul said this here, that he seems right wing, but really he's pretty neutral on all policies. Wait. Huh? He considers himself a right winger, but he's neutral on all policies. He says he just wants the truth to be told. Okay. He says that, that your statements and your vote matters. Okay. I'm kind of silent on that. Did you notice that, Shaky? Where I basically, it was marinating in my head, and I'm like, okay. So he wants America to go down the right path. Well, you actually have a celebrity that puts America first instead of last. That's a fucking shocker. When was the last time you seen anybody put America first? You don't see that with your president today. Matter of fact, Joe Biden puts America last. Never puts America first. When was the last time your president put you first? When was the last time your president took you as a trophy? We all know who his trophy is. His boyfriend there in Ukraine. Yeah, seriously. Zelensky says to jump to Biden, and Biden will come up to him and say, "How high?" Give me a fucking break. Break me off a piece of that bullshit bar. Oh, boy, I tell you. But, good for Jake Paul. Good for him. He's finally doing something right. Putting America first. Fucking stupid Biden impeachment shit going on. Did you see that? Well, yeah, we're going to get into that in a little bit, guys. But I got to get a quick break. Be right back, guys, after these words. You're not going to want to go anywhere and get into the fucking Biden inflation. It's fucking off the charts. Oh, boy.
All right, people, you're about to get a personal tour of Charleston. Hop in. Let's go.
When was the last time you did something for the first time? Yeah, let yourself go, follow that feeling. Maybe something new isn't what you're needing, like a real.
Coming up on King Street. King Street is basically the center of Charleston. It's the street with with a whole bunch of shopping and tons of restaurants. I mean, you could walk all day. I mean, this is a Saturday on King Street right here, and everybody's enjoying the weather, and that's Charleston. I mean, right now we're driving behind the campus, the College of Charleston. College of Charleston is a great university. I mean, it's hard to get in, and it's a great school. It's a wonderful place. If your kids go to college, look into it, because then they get to live in this great city too. Charleston's known for its parks and places for people to hang out outside, and Colonial Lake is one of the best. My family bought me a bench that's over there in memory of my mom, who died years ago, and I like to go there and sit down and be peaceful. I love the lake. Colonial Lake is awesome. We're at the Jenkins Orphanage right now, and that's an iconic place here in Charleston. It started 120 years ago by Reverend Daniel Jenkins. And one thing that he did was really special is he taught all the kids how to play music. And a lot of the guys became jazz musicians and went through the orphanage and, actually made a living and played jazz music. But it's crazy to think that 120 years later, it's still there. It's still serving the community and helping kids in need. I love that. This is something that's a staple for here in Charleston. You have these sweetgrass baskets that they're all handmade. And these folks get to come out here. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. How you? These folks come out here on the side. They sell them on the side of the road, and they are handmade, and they are amazing. Battery's a very important place. It's been turned into a park. It's a place where people come, and they hang out, and they walk their dogs, and they sit and just contemplate and have a great life, just enjoying being outside in Charleston. Charleston Harbor here on the Battery, and Charleston's great because you can have boat tours, you can go fishing tours. There's so many things you can do on the water. You can rent a boat yourself. I go shark fishing out there, and it's not fishing, it's catching. I mean, we're out there every time we drop a line, we're pulling something up, and I love that. Okay, this is a great place. This is a great place right off the Battery. It's called Rainbow Row. A lot of people come down here. It's a great place. Everybody comes and takes pictures, and they come and do their Instagram stuff all here, the Rainbow Row, because it's just so beautiful. The colors are amazing. Broad Street is one of the oldest roads in Charleston. When they laid out the grid, it was one of the main streets, and it's just still, you see all the old buildings that are still here because history's so important to us. And we're not a big tear things down and build it up, but we're more of a let's take what we got and make it a little more modern, and I love it. This whole area is a great place to take a carriage tour. They're all so well done, and the guys give you so much history about where you are, and a lot more than I can give you right now. Coming up on Dock Street Theater, which is the oldest theater in the United States. I don't think it holds 200 people. I've done plays there when I was in middle school and high school. Hootie, we played shows there. Dock Street is just, in this town, it's a staple. My favorite restaurant in town is a place called Fig. It is my favorite restaurant in the world. And I've been all over the world and been to a lot of restaurants. And the barbecue, whoa, that alone should get you here. You just can't get this anywhere else.
Got some food for you.
Thank you very much, my brother.
All right.
I love that. Love this shirt, man. Yeah, I'll see you later, man. Definitely.
Have a safe trip.
I'll see you, man. Well, I've shown you all my favorite places in Charleston, but I think the best thing for you to do is come on down to South Carolina and find your own favorite places. I'll see y'all later.
So yeah, we're back here. I want to get into more of the Biden impeachment. I'm out of breath. Need some more water. Good grief. So, yeah, that's what happens, Shaky. You talk, and you need a break, right? But guys, we're now on day 8 of this impeachment, and I find it interesting. And the reason why I'm bringing this into Asian presence here. Get the words in there, Mike. Yeah, you can hear my voice, guys. I'm out of breath. I've been doing a lot of work this past week with some movie shoots and different other projects that I do, outside of the show, which is great, guys. I love staying busy. I'm not one of those guys that just stays here in the studio all the time and get the content. And I'm constantly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love doing that. But I also love doing other ventures of my life. I'm big on the outdoors. If those who personally know me on X, which I have a huge presence, I'm always on X. I'm on X more than I'm on, the other socials. I like to go on TikTok a lot, but I like interacting, with the fans here on Savage Unfiltered on X. But yeah, guys, I've been all over the place. I mean, I'm in Jacksonville right now, doing some movie extras work and stuff like that in between for the next 2 days. So I'm able to take this into the hotel, and I'm glad that the hotel is being cooperative with my my sound panels behind me. This is a sound panel that I brought, from the studio. So I'm glad they're able to allow me to do this. So. Some hotels, they give you that like, oh, no, we don't want that in the hotel. No. This hotel's not like, I guess they're not run by snobs. But anyway, guys, back to the impeachment. Sorry, I go off the rails sometimes. But back to the impeachment, guys. We're now on day 8, and we're up to the part where the Texas. Did I just say Texas? Texas. The Texas Attorney General is now presenting its defense for the case. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. All right. I wonder if he's related to Bill Paxton. Yeah, it's one of those fucking scenarios. You never know, right? But the defense of the suspended Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton took center stage in the trial just earlier today, after the House rested just last night. Now, defense actually, guys, came to call their first witness earlier this morning. Mr. Gordon, Justin Gordon, right? Texas's OAJ, which stands for Open Records Division Chief, testified regarding the procedures for open records. Now, he's testifying because he wants for open records. Okay. Make it available to the general public. We want to understand, like, just truly what the hell is going on, because a lot of it's been wishy-washed and a lot of it hasn't been presented well with the general public. All right. A lot of yous can see that, guys. A lot of yous are, frustrated. A lot of yous are concerned. You want to know, and we should know as American citizens. We demand to know, right? Stop tucking shit under the rug. So the Texas OAJ, or OAG, called upon Michael Gergart, which is a law professor at the University of North Carolina's Chapel Hill, which also specializes in constitutional law and impeachment. Basically, just last night, brought this to attention. That, however, if the trial adjourned last night, before he could begin his testimony, he would go into other avenues. I
don't know if you heard me counting. I did over 1,000.
Now, according to the Senate rules for impeachment, the defense has a limited set of time to present their case. Now, that's the Senate rules, folks. And I think it's also under the Constitution, right, Shaky? Yeah. So we're giving you a little, like law lesson here, guys. So Lieutenant Governor Patrick announced that the defense has hours, a limited set of hours, and about 38 minutes remaining in their time. Now, House managers have 2 hours and 34 minutes remaining in their time. So my question is, how long are we going to continue to see this impeachment hearing? I'm glad it's being presented to the American people. But the prosecutors, folks, the Texas House prosecutors started their day 7 of the impeachment trial of the suspended Attorney General Ken Paxton by calling his mistress as a witness. Oh boy, yeah. So I mean, we're seeing a lot of it, unfold. We really are. A lot of impeachments. Of course, this was put out, a tweet that was put out, literally, where Trump is now breaking his silence on the Paxton's impeachment trial. Donald Trump put this out on True Social just, what was it, earlier today, that Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton was easily reelected last November. But now the establishment rhinos are trying to undo that election with a shameful impeachment So he says, who would replace Paxton? One of the toughest and best attorney generals in the country. Could it be a Democrat or even worse, a rhino? Well, I agree with Donald Trump. It's going to be a sad day in the rest of the state of Texas because not only are we seeing an impeachment in the state of Texas, we are also seeing an impeachment being played out for the current president of the United States, and that would be Joe Biden. And I'm glad and I applaud Kevin McCarthy for doing his great duties as House Speaker to bring articles of impeachment on the crimes of Joe Biden, because there's been many, folks, many crimes. Kind of switching gears here. Joe Biden has committed series of crimes. The evidence is there, folks. If you cannot see it, you're blind or you've been living under a fucking rock the entire time. Crimes going back to his early origins as a politician. So I do applaud Kevin McCarthy for bringing the articles of impeachment on Joe Biden. And I also applaud the impeachment that's happening in the state of Texas. You have to have these, folks. You have to have these circumstances when leadership is not presenting their dual duties as elected official. If not, then you have a corrupted system, which we have. We have a huge corrupted system. It's out of control. But again, guys, I just switched some gears. I wanted to get into the impeachment, both impeachments going on there in Texas, and of course with Kevin McCarthy bringing his impeachment in. Really, I do. But guys, we're gonna close it out here momentarily. But I do want to get into this. It's baffling. It really is, folks, that we have a country going down paths of demise, chaos, and mayhem. It's out of control. Really. Out of control. But as we conclude, guys, on this this episode here on Savage Unfiltered, I will continue after we shut this broadcast off here on X, which I am broadcasting on an X space here on my X account. If you search Savaged on X, I'll pop right up and you can join the conversation. It was a little unannounced. I do apologize for that. I usually do a lot of my X spaces unannounced, as I don't know when I'm going to have my next X space. A lot of those do the scheduled X spaces, and I'm not really one of those type of guys because I'm always here and there. I'm constantly traveling for my work. So, but anyway, guys, I want to get into the 2024 race. It's a big one. I want to get into the most recent poll coming out with Donald Trump now boosting the biggest double digit yet over, Florida's Ron DeSantis. It's a big one, guys. Now, the former president, Donald Trump, has increased his massive lead over Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in the Republican primary race, which was a Quinny Paca. I love that, Shaky. The Quinny Piaca, right? Probably butchered the fucking name out of it, but anyway. You guys should know me by now. But he is. He's leading a massive lead, which is now going into a one-man show in the GOP. That the American people are seeing that Donald Trump is the only man for this country. The only man that can make things right not only for the GOP, but possibly for our entire nation.
Imagine a world of endless possibilities. A tastier, more flavorful world. Where you can imagine what a can can't. If you can dream it, you can stream it. SodaStream. Push for better.
Easy come, easy go.
Now, the survey that was put out by Quinny Paca, I love that. They should change it to Quinny Paca. Sounds better. The survey had asked respondents if the Republican primary for the president were being held today, and the candidates were Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Mike Pence, Tim Scott, Asha Hutchinson, Chris Christie, and Vivek Ramaswamy. Larry Elder, Doug Bergen, and Will Hurd. Whom would you vote for? And surprisingly, no, I'm just joking, guys. You know, overall, the 62% of Republicans and Republican leaners, which are ones that are like right in the middle, right, said they would vote for Trump, putting him a full 50 points ahead of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who garnered 12% support. Only 12% support out of all of that. 62% of Republicans and the leaners said they would vote for Trump over Ron DeSantis. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. Ron DeSantis is a tremendous leader here for the state of Florida. I live in the state of Florida right now, currently, but he's not presidential material. I've said this time after time on my show. He is not presidential material. Maybe one day he will be. But the policies are so pigeon-formed under Trump. There's no original method coming out of Ron DeSantis right now. He's constantly piggybacking off of everything that Trump successively handled under his presidency for 4 years. And the American people are starting to see that. Now, Trump's 62% reflects a 5-point increase since this past August. And DeSantis's 12% reflects a 6-point decrease over that same period of time. You can clearly see that Donald Trump is dominating this race. You can clearly see that Donald Trump will most likely be the GOP primary pick for next year's 2024 presidential race. American people see it on both sides of the aisle. And speaking of both sides of the aisle, it is driving the left bananas. Literally, driving them fucking bananas. It's hysterical. It really is. It's almost at a point where it's a laughing matter, but yet embarrassing on their side. Because we've heard for years, right, that Donald Trump is a businessman that can't get stuff done. We've heard it from Barack Obama. We've heard it from countless of others. He's a man that's going to divide this nation. Well, you do have a man that's dividing this nation, but it's not Donald Trump. It is your current president right now, Joseph Biden. Some may not want to admit that, but it's true. Fact check me all you want. The inflation is horrible. The jobs are not there, even though he says the jobs are there. I love that point where he says, "Oh, the jobs are here." Yeah, bullshit. Show me true facts, Biden, Mr. President. Show me factual data of where these jobs are coming from, because literally you're pulling them out of your own asshole. Seriously. Now, speaking of businessman, because we just labeled the only businessman that was in politics that actually got stuff done, which was Donald Trump. Anti-woke businessman, Ramaswamy. I finally said it right. Wow. Yay, applaud me. Came in third place with 6% support, followed by both former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and former Vice President Mike Pence, whom were only at 5% of the choice. Now, folks, that reflects a 1-point increase for Pence and a 2-point jump for Haley just last month. Now, following that, the South Carolina Senator, Tim Scott, followed with a 3% support from voters, and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and former Arkansas Governor Asha Hutchinson came in with 2% and 1% between both of them. Now, going back to the Quinny Pack poll, the Trump posts are the biggest lead yet over DeSantis. And we're going to give you these percentages right here. Okay. Shaky, please put them on video here for those that are viewing us on video. And those that are listening to us on audio, you'll hear the audio as I state this here. Okay. Which was put on their X account here on Interactive Polls just the other day on September 13th. Now, here are the percentages, okay? Trump, 62%, which was a +5. DeSantis with a 12%, which is showing a -6. Ramaswamy, a 6%, +1. Pence, 5%, a +1. Haley, 5%, +2. Scott, 3%, +1. Christie, 2%, -1. Hutchison, 1%. There's no percent at all. It's actually in the negative for Hutchison. So that is the change, folks, versus last month on the Quinny Pack poll. You can clearly see that out of all those candidates, Donald Trump is leading the pack. So what's going to happen? A lot of people are stating that is Trump going to lose or is he going to dominate the nomination? I can clearly see that there will be a domination, and this is my own personal opinion, because the more they go after him with these fake allegations, these fake assumptions, these stupid, ridiculous court charges on this guy, it's just making him stronger. They think they're doing themselves a favor by making slander on the former president that will weaken his base. It's not going to weaken the base. It's going to make it stronger. I mean, don't these idiots understand this? Clearly not. Now, as we close this up, DeSantis made this quite statement just the other day, and I thought it was rather interesting. that the DeSantis said that if the election is a referendum on documents by a Mar-a-Lago toilet, the Republicans will lose? Huh? What? Are you drunk? What the fuck, man? Oh, boy. What the hell does he mean by that? I hate to tell you, DeSantis, that by bringing stupid slander, which I just said just briefly, it's creating a higher base for Trump. It's not weakening the base. The base is getting stronger by the moment. The foundation is as strong more now than it has ever been. I don't understand how they don't see this. They see it as like, oh, it's making him stronger. Or excuse me, it's making him weaker. No, it's making him stronger. See what I just did there, guys? I even had to correct myself. Oh, God. But, guys, as I conclude here on the show here of Savage Unfiltered, I do want to thank you guys for dropping by wherever you're viewing us from. Thank you very much. If you love this episode, guys, well, that's a strong word, right, Shaky? If you like the episode, there you go. I'm getting such ahead of myself, right? I hope you love the episode. But if you like the episode, guys, hit that notification bell. Very, very important. A lot of the listeners, they always comment, whether it's on TikTok or any other social media platform. They're like, Michael, we're just getting the episode now, and it came out, 2-3 days ago. Why am I getting it now? I can tell you why. Simple way to fix that, guys. Hit the notification bell on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, whatever device that you currently have or use to listen to the show. Hit the notification bell. You're going to get the episode when it airs, right away in your respective time zone. So very, very important. The notification bells, a lot of people don't use them. I'm not a big fan of notification bells. They're a pain in the ass sometimes. I fucking put notification bells all over every one of my apps and boop, 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 all over the place, Facebook. And, sometimes the notification bells are, they're a nuisance. But, for stuff like this, if you want to stay informed, hit the notification bell. You'll get our episode, as it drops, you're going to get it. Simple as that. And two, guys, hit that follow button. It means a lot to us. It really does. I love knowing, who's listening in to the show. So awesome stuff, guys. And if you want to know more about us and you want to stay glued with our content and other content that circulates around the show with the Savaged Army of other shows, head over to www.savagedunfiltered.com. Plain and simple, that. Everything about the show is on the website, including our merchandise. SavagedArmy.com has all of our merchandise. A lot of stuff dropping now and will be dropping in the near future. We also have our coffee blend, which is part of the Savaged Army merchandise, which you can find on our website on SavagedUnfiltered.com. Awesome coffee there with Savaged Army coffee, our exclusive brand, including our good friend Cousin Sauce's blend, which is Cousin Sauce coffee. Comes in many blends. Our Costa Rican, Brazilian blend, and our organic hemp blend. Highly suggest you check it out. So I think that's about it, guys. Like I can say it always on the end of my shows, guys. Keep it savage, keep it real, and see you next time. Take it easy.